Hello, good afternoon. This is David Soto talking to you, and today is my daily strategy video for Friday, December 11th, 2020. And what I'm going to do right here is I'm going to look at all the major Forex currency pairs on various time frames, okay? And then I'm going to try to give you my idea or my analysis of what I think is going to happen in the next couple of days, okay? Now, today is Friday, so tomorrow is the week. It starts the weekend, and the market is closed. So, right now is entering the New York's trading session, so things are starting to pick up a little bit right now, but soon everything's going to fizzle out and it's going to be dead towards the weekend. Okay, so there's not going to be a lot of trades taken right now, but we can see which way the market is going and we can prepare for this coming week. All right, so I'm going to show you how to set some pennant orders and that type of thing. So actually you could place some trades now and get it lined up for next week. Okay, so here's what we want to do. Okay, I'm going to start with Euro USD, and we see here on the 1 hour chart it's going up. All right, it went up, shot back down a little bit, and then back up again. Now shot down. It looks like it's starting to go back up again, so that's good. If the Euro USD goes up, that means the US dollar is going down. Okay, now is it going down? Well, if you look overall, everything's kind of riding in a sideways fashion. Okay, this is called a ranging market. And like I said before in previous videos this week, that overall all the currencies are fighting to gain strength right now. Okay, so there's a lot of gridlock in the market. Okay, so you can expect a lot of ranging markets to develop this week and probably go on the next week as well. So with that said, okay, the 1 hour shows to go up, right? Now let's look at the higher time frames. Okay, the 4 hour shows to go down. Okay, so this is kind of a perfect setup where we want to be selling and not buying. Okay, we look at the daily chart. Okay, the daily chart shows to sell. Okay, you have a red arrow, and it's been showing that for quite some time now. And if we look at the weekly chart, we have the same thing. Okay, this arrow came in last week. And this week, like I said, it's just been riding sideways. It hasn't really gone into a downtrend. Soon it will, okay? And the monthly chart shows the buy, but that's just so far out. So I like to stick with the weekly, daily, and 4 hour to determine where the trend is going to be going for the next few weeks, maybe the next few months. All right. So long term, it's going to be dropping. Okay, we know that. We get that established right now. So we need to sell. Now, if we go to the smaller time frames, 1 hour, 30 minute, they all show to buy. Well, actually, 30 minutes shows to sell, but 15 minute shows to sell, 5 minute shows to buy, and 1 minute shows to buy, or shows to sell. So we got kind of a mixture of signals. But what I like to do, if the 1 hour shows to buy, but the 4 hour shows to sell, here's what we want to do. Okay, I do not think the price is going to be going up too high. Okay, right now we have a 30 minute showing to sell. So what's going to happen is in the next few hours, probably the next 5 to 6 hours, I would guess, that the price will drop some and then it's going to go back up. Okay, so we can for the rest of the day, this price should be dropping. Okay, the US dollar should be going up. Now, what's going to happen is it's going to hit a low point and then retrace and come back up. Okay, so going into next week, the beginning of next week, we'll see this price spike back up again. All right, and if you go back to the 1 hour chart again, we'll see the price, like I said, is going to drop down a little bit right now and then spike back up again. And we see right here we have a pretty strong resistance right here. Okay, so what I think is the price is eventually is going to reach this point and form a red arrow. Okay, overall Euro USD is forming a downtrend. So we zoom out a little bit. Well, I can't see any more red arrows, but we have a red arrow here. The next red arrow should be slightly lower than this one. Okay, so this, if we mark, let me mark this so you can see it. If I mark this resistance here, we see that it is in fact lower than this red arrow. Okay, so that is potentially what we're looking for, and all we got to do is put a sell limit pennant order a little ways below, so then when eventually the price comes back up, it will catch that and then drop again for the kill. So we just go here in new order and select pending order right here and select sell limit. Okay, for the at price right here, I'm just going to pick 1.21450. Okay, I don't want to go too high. I'm going to put it right in here. That should be high enough. And for take profit, I'm going to put 1.21. We'll make it 1.21 even. Okay, that's 450 pips in total profit. And if you look right here, this is your sell limit right here, this green line, and this red dotted line is your take profit. And it says right here 450 pips. Okay, $45 in profit. So that's pretty good. Okay, now what if the price keeps dropping? Okay, well, we can do a sell stop in addition. Okay, and how we do that is we have a strong support right here, only 1 hour. I'm going to go ahead and mark that as well. And we're going to put a small, we're going to put a sell stop with a small take profit just below here. Okay, small trade. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put, I'm going to select sell stop right here, and I'm going to put this at 1.2500. Okay, just make it 500 even, and take profit at 1.2300. Okay, that's just going to give me 200 pips on profit, which is enough. Okay, you see, look here, this is your green dotted line which says sell stop, and TP for take profit, you get 200 total pips. Now if I zoom out to a bigger time frame like a daily, we see that, you know, long term is going to be dropping. Okay, so this is perfectly fine. This is a perfect good setup right here. So all we got to do is, like I said, put this, set this, and just forget it. Okay, because we want to trade with the bigger trend, which is bearish, meaning it's going to be dropping. Okay, we do not want to buy right now. Even though the smaller time frames are saying to buy, you might be able to buy a little bit and get a few pips on the way up, but to be totally safe, we want to go with the bigger trend. Okay, now moving on to GBP USD. Now we see something a little bit different. Here the Great British Pound has been dropping, okay, against the US dollar. And a lot of this is due to some recent news that came out with Brexit. Okay, everybody's been talking about that. So the Great British Pound is weakened quite a bit. Now, if we look at the 4-hour chart, we have a signal to buy. Okay, so this is a little bit different, a little bit unique. But if we look at the daily chart, it just says sell. Okay, and the weekly chart as well. So we know long term is going to be dropping. Now, with the fact that the 4-hour says to buy, it's more than likely going to be going up. Now it's already starting to go up. Okay, so we hit a pretty strong level of support right here. Okay, now what we're looking at is where is the price going to be going, you know, in the next few days. Okay, well, it should be going up. Okay, because the 4-hour says to buy. So the price had dropped quite a bit. Now it's hit a strong level of support, and we'll be coming back up the next few days. So on the daily chart, you're going to see the price come back up and back down, and then probably maybe by the end of next week, going into the week after, we will see the price drop and break and drop more. Okay, so you should expect like a range of market next week. Okay, so what I would do here in this particular case, if the 4-hour says to buy, we're going to go ahead and buy. Now this is a very fresh signal. Okay, so I'm going to go to the smaller time frames and see if I see any signals to sell. Okay, 15 minutes shows to buy, 5 minutes shows to buy. Let's look at the 1 minute. 1 minute shows to buy. Okay, so what's going to happen on the 1 minute? We have not hit a red arrow yet. Okay, but pretty soon, maybe in the next 15-20 minutes, we will probably hit a red arrow. Okay, somewhere in here, it'll probably retrace, go back up a little bit, hit a red arrow, and drop back down. So what we want to do here in this particular case is put a buy limit pin in order. Okay, a little ways below here, not too far down, and we'll put a buy limit at 1.3150. 500 for now. I can readjust that and take profit at 1.31800. Okay, that should give me 300 pips in total profit, and that's perfectly fine right there. Okay, I could even bring this up a little bit, and like I said, what we're waiting on is a red arrow to form, okay, and then drop back down, and it will. It just takes some time. If we zoom out, you see it had a blue arrow and then followed by another blue arrow. So now it's finally, you know, making its way back up. So in the long-term trend is going to be to buy. Okay, that's going to be happening in the next few hours. Should we put a buy stop? Well, yes. The question is, where do we put the buy stop? Now we see here where this take profit is kind of a strong support right here and resistance. So, but what I want to do is, I see also right here there's a resistance here. Okay, price that hit a support here made a resistance. So I like this resistance right here, and we also see another resistance right here. Okay, the price that dropped here made a support, bounced up and broke. Okay, hit the support, broke the support, made a resistance right here, shot down, came back up, hit that resistance. So as of right now, we have a resistance here and yet another resistance here, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a buy stop here with a small take profit. Okay, check this out. Put a buy stop at 1.32 okay, and take profit at 1.32 300. Okay, that's going to give me 200 pips in total profit, which is not a lot, but it is okay. Okay, get 200 pips here, and how much was here? I forgot. 300 pips. So potentially 500 pips in total profit. And we're looking for this price to be dropping back down, and then retrace and come back up. Okay, so that's GBP USD. So we should expect that to be going up for at least the next few days. Okay, now it is the weekend, so Monday and Tuesday we should see it go up. By the middle of the week, Wednesday, we should see it come back down again. Moving on to Australian dollar versus US dollar. Okay, so here we see it starting to go into a downtrend. Okay, it went down and starting to spike back up a little bit. This is called a retracement or pullback, and with 4-hour chart again shows it starting to go into a downtrend. Okay, it's going to be a long process, and this is all dependent if the US dollar really goes up. Now the daily chart shows to sell, and the weekly chart as well. Okay, so that is in itself is pretty good. There is still a chance it could go up more, but as of right now, it is definitely looking like it's going to a downtrend. Okay, so we want to sell. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark this resistance here. Okay, and I want to put a sell limit pennant order just below that green line. So I have a feeling this is going to retrace and come back up and then drop again. So I'm going to put a sell limit here, catch it, catch the sell trade, and then go in for the kill. Okay, and this is what we're going to do. We're going to put a new order here and place a sell limit pennant order, and then we're going to put this at 0.75 600. 0.5600 and take profit at 0.75 200. I'll just leave it at that. That's good enough. That's only should be 400 pips in total profit, which it says right here 400 pips. So that's good. So like here's the sell limit. Hopefully this price will retrace and come back up. I could lower this slightly just to make sure it actually does get triggered. Okay, if you go to the 5 minute, let's let this refresh. 5 minute, oh there we go. I knew that wasn't right, so we had to let it refresh. So like I said, the 5 minute is showing to go up right now, and it's just right in a sideways fashion. Hopefully this will be going back up here soon. Okay, 15 minute shows the sell. Okay, and 30 minutes shows the sell, but 1 hour, oh yeah, okay, So 5 minutes shows to buy. So what we can do is we can actually lower this a little bit more. I don't think it's going to go too much higher. Okay, so that's we'll leave it at that. Okay, hopefully this will go up, and if it activates a sell trade here and goes up more, it's not a big deal. You have a slight drawdown, but the price will be dropping. Okay, you don't want to put it, you do not want to put this too high, because there's a chance that it could drop right now. Okay, it'll go up just slightly and then drop. So you want to make sure you catch that sell trade. Now we also want to put a sell stop, and we're going to mark this support right here. Okay, you see that? And we're going to put a sell stop with a small take profit as well. All we got to do is go here to new order, choose pending order and sell stop, and then we're going to put this at 0.75 100 and take profit at 0.74 900. Now should give me 200 pips in total profit. Oops. What did I say? 0.75 100. Okay. Sorry. There we go. So let me go to a higher time frame and see. Okay, go to a 30-minute. So here in a 30-minute, we see the price that it hit this support and bounce back up, but eventually it's going to drop and break that. Okay, and it's going to come down to this support here. We have a resistance here. All right, I can mark that so you can see it. We have a resistance right here, which is now a support. So I believe the price is going to break and drop down to this support level. Okay, that's probably going to happen next week. Okay, since today is Friday, and the market's going to be slowing down in the next few hours. Okay, but for right now, we probably can expect this sell trade to activate and then drop. Okay, moving on to US dollar versus Swiss franc. Okay, here we clearly see the US dollar starting to go into an uptrend, which is good. Okay, the US dollar is making a rebound, but the 4-hour chart, well, everything, the 4-hour chart shows the buy, daily chart shows the buy, weekly chart shows the buy. So everything's showing the buy, and of course this is a very fresh signal. Okay, so again, when you have like this, everything showing the buy, we're going to go down to a smaller time frame, and we're going to put a buy limit pin order here. We're going to go to the smaller time frame and look for a red arrow. Okay, 30 minutes shows the buy still. Oops, 15 minutes. 15 minutes shows the sell. Okay, good. 5 minutes shows to sell, and 1 minute shows the buy. So based on the 15-minute now, this is where we see the sell signal. So as of right now, probably the next hour or two, price is going to be dropping. Okay, and then it's going to retrace and come back up again. So what we want to do is put a buy limit pin order. We have a resistance right here. Okay, so I'm going to put a buy limit just slightly above this green line. There's no way the price is going to drop all the way back down to this level, because we're starting to go into an uptrend. All right, so all we have to do is go to new order right here, select pin order, and buy limit is default, and then we're going to put a buy limit at 0.88800. Okay, just make that even, and take profit at 0.89. Okay, that should give me 200 pips in total profit. You see here, yep, 200 pips in total profit. So we have a buy limit here and take profit here on the red line. So that's perfect. If we zoom out to a 1-hour chart, we see what's happening. Okay, and even the 4-hour chart. Okay, so we know long term it's going to be going up. Hopefully, right now it's going to drop, catch that buy trade, and retrace and go back up. Okay, it might take until, it might open now, but it might take until next week sometime for that to close. All right, it's only 200 pips, so we want to be able to get in and out as quickly as possible, and hopefully that will open and close within about 4 to 5 hours. Okay, now we can also do a buy stop. Okay, just like I always do, start with your limit order and then do a stop order. Okay, and we look right here, we have a resistance, and we have another resistance right here. Okay, no arrow. but we know we want to buy. We look at the 4-hour chart. This is your resistance here. So we're going to put I use a 30-minute just so you can see, but we're going to put a buy stop above that line. And of course, this is going to take some time, probably Monday or Tuesday. I'm guessing probably Tuesday before this will open and close. All right, so you got plenty of time to get into this trade. And I'm going to put a buy stop at 0.89200 with take profit at 0.89400. So again, we're just looking at 200 pips in total profit on this particular trade right here. So here we got 200, here we got 200. So that's potentially about 400 pips in total profit, okay, that we can get out of this. So that's a very, very good setup, okay. The US dollar is long-term going to be going into an uptrend, okay. Now, look at US dollar Japanese yen. Okay, we see a little bit of a different story here, where the price has actually been dropping. All right, but it's already dropped quite a bit, so I have a feeling it's going to be going back up. If you look at the 4-hour chart, we have a signal to buy already, so that's good. And we look at the daily chart, we have a signal to buy, and the weekly chart as well. So overall, we want to buy. Okay, if you look in the weekly chart, this is kind of interesting because it had a big spike up and then slowly just kept dropping because the US dollar is so weak. But now it seems like we've hit a pretty strong level of support and should be going back up. If you look at the 1-hour chart, like I said, it shows to sell. So if the 4-hour chart shows to buy and the 1-hour shows to sell opposite, we want to put a buy limit pin in order a little ways below here and catch that price when it drops, and then we take profit here, okay? So we only want to focus on buying right now. And we look right here on the 1-hour chart. How far will it drop before it forms a blue arrow? I do not know, but what I do know is there's a support right here, okay? If you look across the board, this is a pretty good support level, okay? There's no way the price is going to drop all the way back down to where this blue arrow was before. So I would go ahead and make a very good calculated risk, calculated bet that this is going to form a blue arrow right here. Okay, it's just going to take us probably another several more hours for this to drop and form that blue arrow. And we want to catch a buy trade when it does. So we're going to put a buy limit at 103. I'll make it 104, I guess. Oops. Here's 104 right here, 104, and we'll put a take profit at 104.200. Again, we're going to just go for 200 pips. That should be plenty of. That's enough profit right there. So we have a buy limit with take profit, 200 pips. Now we can also do a buy stop. Okay, just like I've always showed you in the past. And 4-hour chart. Oh boy. Well, we see here there's a resistance right here. Okay, and there's yet another resistance here. So what I want to do is I'm going to put a buy stop above this with a small take profit. Okay, I do not expect the US dollar to be going into serious uptrends, but it is slowly rebounding and forming an uptrend for sure. We're going to put a buy stop. Put a buy stop around 104.350. Okay, that's just slightly above this green line, and take profit at 104.450. Okay, I chose 350 here and 450 there. That's a very small take profit, only 100 pips. Okay, so I'm not looking for a huge take profit because I don't see this going to a big uptrend anytime soon. So we got to be really careful with this. Okay, so this should be perfectly fine. Put a buy limit here or a small buy stop here, and just let that ride. Okay, and then probably sometime next week we can reanalyze this and place some more pennant orders. Okay, if it does in fact, continue to an uptrend. Moving on to the US dollar versus the Canadian dollar. Again, on the 1 hour chart, we see this slowly working itself into an uptrend. Okay, and like I've said before, all these pairs are fighting to go up. So it's a lot of tension, a lot of friction in the market. But overall, the US dollar is still the strongest currency in the world, even though it's been very weak lately. But we should see, the US dollar continue to keep slowly stepping up. All right, and the 4 hour chart shows the buy, daily shows the buy, and weekly shows the buy as well. So like I said, this is a very fresh signal. Okay, so do not expect huge profits, but 1 hour shows to buy, 30-minute shows to buy, and 15-minute shows to sell. Okay, perfect. So we're just looking for the opposite. Like I said before, we just start at the higher time frames and find the bigger trend. Okay, which in this case is the buy. The bigger trend is bullish, going to be going up, right? So we want to go down to the smaller time frame until we find a opposite arrow. Okay, which here is a red arrow. So this is okay. All right, so we want to, the price is going to drop some. It's not going to be a huge drop, so we're going to put a buy limit somewhere in here. All right, what happens, I'm going to mark this right here, okay, for a resistance. This is obviously a resistance, and that broke and is now a support. So I'm thinking that the price is going to drop to here. It could drop a little more, but I don't think it's going to drop that much more. So I want to do a buy limit at around 1.27550. Okay, it's going to put it just below this tick mark, and I could always readjust that, but let's see how that looks. And if I go for 200 pips, put it at 1.27950 or 750, right? Oops. Let's see how that looks. Okay, perfect. So we have a buy limit here. We take profit again, 200 pips. That's perfectly fine. If I pan out to a bigger time frame, we can see, how that looks in the bigger scope of the world. And that looks really good right there, but I want to put a buy stop above this. So if I mark, let's go to the 30 minutes so you can see it better. If I mark this resistance right here, okay, we have a resistance here and another resistance here. So we know that eventually this will break and keep going up. So again, we just want to put a small buy stop pin in order with a small take profit. And I'm going to select buy stop here. I'm going to put this at 1.27900 and take profit at 1.28100. That should give me 200 pips, right? I never said I was the best in math, but this is pretty simple, right? So we got 200 pips here, 200 pips there, potentially 400 pips in total profit. All right, so all in all, this would be really good. And with this strategy, you're trading with the bigger trend. Okay, so like I said before, the 4 hour shows the buy, all right, daily shows the buy. So we know that long term this is going to be going up. Okay, it's just going to take some time. So anyhow, that will conclude my daily strategy video. If you have any questions at all, any comments, please hit me up on Facebook. I'll put a link below in the description of this video for my personal Facebook. Please contact me there first so I can assist you. Also, there's a link for my private Facebook group, and you can post any questions or comments in my Facebook group. Okay, this way myself or other traders, we can all assist you and collaborate as a team. Okay, so with that said, I thank you. I look forward to working with you. Have a great day.